Kelsey Koch, Grand Blanc, Michigan, born prematurely 9 weeks early, without the left tibia bone. Amputation was at 11 months old, which is my biggest blessing, what I'm most thankful for, seeing as I don't know any different. Even if given the choice, I wouldn't want to know any different. When I did start walking, it was on prosthetics around 4 years old. So to have that understanding and to not have phantom pain, to not know any different, I'm thankful to have the prosthetic, to have the advancements that we've had in this field just in my, roughly 30 years of being an amputee. You look back at the legs that I was given, when I started, and to where we are now is just leaps and bounds of advancements. One of the biggest blessings that my parents have done, for me from the beginning is treating me like I am no different than anybody else. And that goes from, childhood with my brother to walking into, middle school and then high school. 30 years ago, you didn't see people like me walking around the schools. You didn't see, kids missing limbs like you do now. And so, did everyone know I was different? Yes. Do kids have questions? Absolutely. Do kids still have questions? Absolutely. But I think it goes back to the parents 30 years ago and the parents now. How are you going to allow these kids? We have to be in a place where we can ask questions and where we can confront people, walk up to them, so that kids are getting informed at an earlier age, because no one wants to have all these questions and feel like they can't present us with it. We don't want to walk around with people staring at us. That's not enjoyable either. And it comes from the parents. Don't shun your kids from us. Don't turn them away. Don't say, oh, careful, let's not speak, let's not ask. No, ask. Because more times than not, we're willing to tell you, we're wanting to tell you, we're wanting these kids to learn about diversity and inclusion. And if we can help with that, then let us help. So I have been so lucky to have the same prosthetist throughout my entire journey. When I was around 4 years old, getting fit for my first prosthetic, or what we thought would be one, Rodney was there. And wherever Rodney's been is where I've gone. And I'm so lucky to be the age that I am, to have started, at 3-4 years old, and to be here now with the same person. That's where I'm lucky.
Rodney Coleman, I'm a certified prosthetist at Perry Prosthetics. So I've known Kelsey for 25 years. When I first met her, she was, maybe 2 foot tall. And she, the first prosthesis that I ever built for her was I can remember it was a Minnie Mouse socket. She would get a new prosthesis every year before the start of school. And I was in charge of doing the cosmetic cover and shaping it. And so I worked a lot with her and her parents early on, and developed that relationship. And it's just been fantastic working with her for 25 years. That's kind of crazy to think about. But watching her grow and become the person that she is has been fantastic. Why am I proud of Kelsey? She is fantastic. So she has done great things. I mean, she, with the golfing, and she just made the US Open, which I think is fantastic. But Kelsey has a lot of grit, and she, I'm sure it wasn't easy growing up wearing a prosthesis and the whole social aspect that goes along with that. And I can't ever remember Kelsey coming in and being sad or discouraged. She was always positive, upbeat. What are we doing next? How are we going to make it better? What else can I do? Constantly. And that's why I'm proud of her, because she has grit and determination like nobody I've ever seen.
I got into golf, swinging plastic clubs as a child. Being in a family that has been immersed in golf before my time. My grandparents remembers out here at Warwick. My other grandparents remembers at Flint Golf Club. And so growing up, a lot of my favorite rounds are with people that are no longer here today. I now compete for the U.S. Adaptive Golf. Like prosthetics, like inclusiveness, diversity, all of that, we're growing. Golf is growing, and the adaptiveness of it is growing as we speak. This is my 3rd year playing adaptively. mean, it is nice. I do feel like I played my entire life with abled people. I've lived my entire life with abled people. Walking around this town, being really the only one like me, but if you know me, you know I like that. I think it's easy to see someone feisty and 31 years old that doesn't know any different to give an interview and give hope and give this, but it wasn't always that way. You see a missing limb, but there's always so much more to us. There's so much more that people like us that are born with that we go throughout our day-to-day that people don't understand we're dealing with. To be a mother, to be a parent, allow your child to make the decisions to the best that they can. And if they can't, then how can you help them, not today, but 20 years from now? My parents helped me in that moment. They made those decisions that I'm so thankful for, but they were looking beyond that present moment. You have to look beyond, what do I want my child's future to be? What can I hope that my child's future can be like? And how can we advocate and help get to that? It's not going to be today. It's not going to be tomorrow. These decisions, you're going to have a lot of days in between, and the days aren't easy. But what are you going to do to help your child's life 20, 30 years from now so that they can go on and have a family and be successful and live the life that best serves them?